actually monitored and executed by the vice president of Ogaden. And at the same time as he talked to the president, Abdullah Hussein was at the side of the president. So he heard the telephone call at the office of the president, while the film showed what's happened on the ground. And this proof is totally unique. And when talking to Hussein and Abdullah, we said that this is so convincing, so we have to do something about it. And then we discussed the different matters, how to do with it, and it was obvious that we couldn't go directly to the International Criminal Court. It should be done that way, that you approach the International Criminal Court and ask them to make a prosecution against these persons. But as Ethiopia is not member of the ICC, it was not possible. So what to do? In order to secure that the film were, so to say, handed by some authority, and also that some investigations were started by some authority, we went to the Swedish War Crime Commission. And that is the police investigation for international war crimes. And normally they are doing that. This is only done normally when the suspects are in Sweden. So the suspect could be arrested while visiting or living in Sweden and are suspect of a war crime. But when it comes to some special, very severe war crimes, like massacres or mock executions, crime against humanity, so on, there is no need for the person to be here. The Swedish police can take initiative to make an investigation about it and see from international focus how to be able to do something after that. What we have done so far, we have filed a complaint to the Swedish War Crime Commission, and they are now investigating very briefly what is going on and what the film shows and what proofs there are and what people are suspects. And then they will, either they did it on Friday, I'm not for sure, or next week, they will go to the International Prosecutor Chamber and ask them for a decision to make a police investigation. And then the head of this investigation will be a prosecutor on the International Prosecution Chamber. And then the War Crime Commission will again start a full-fledged investigation. And that will take some time. And under that period, I think it is very important that the Swedish police, if the prosecutor decides upon to go further on, that the police will be supported by different information about different activities, and we can say that we have tried to focus now on the Ogaden region to see what's happening there. But we are also trying to focus on to do some sort of project or to get something organized in order to assemble different witnesses around different occasions that has been mentioned now in the police file. But I think one must be quite careful, because every witness that has been looking or a part of some crimes in the area what we are discussing now must be dealt with very carefully, because if these witnesses are too much news or too much in papers and so on, the value of the witness will decrease due to the police need to have a very fresh, very clear and very undeveloped witness stand. Not so to say that people have rehearsed to tell the police some story. And that is, I think it should be taken into account. So what's happening now is that we are now waiting for the War Crime Commission to leave the file to the prosecutor and the decision from the prosecutor. And I promise you that there will be quite interesting news if the prosecutor says that he will continue. But due to it's no person in Sweden, we don't know for sure that he will continue, but my opinion is, due to the seriousand of the crimes, due to that it is a crime against humanity, it's and also this kind of involvement with the Swedish journalists, I think it would be very difficult for the prosecutor to do nothing. And that is my real hope, that there will be a serious, full-fledged investigation. But just for now, we don't know what the prosecutor will decide. That's very important to know. So in 1 week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, we are not for sure what's happening with that. But I think to Molla and others, we will contact your associations and see to that when the investigation starts, we will really try to focus on to have good witnesses for different occasions regarding different persons, officials, activities and crimes and so on. And I believe that will be also, we will support the police. It is possible to take initiatives for from the Swedish politicians, from the Swedish authorities, and also for different persons who are involved to try to influence in the long run Security Council, like happened in Sudan, that even if there is no membership of the ICC, the Security Council of the UN can actually order the prosecutor of ICC to prosecute persons who are in power in a country where gross violations are occurring. The other way to go forward is, of course, to see to that the films and the proofs are sent to UN Human Rights Committee, Human Rights Council, and also the different UN rapporteurs that have power to investigate on these grounds, facts on the ground in Ethiopia. They can ask for permission to visit Ogaden, to visit the prisons, and with the witness that are developed by the government in the films, it will be quite a good position for them to really come to a conclusion what's actually happened. So I think what we are going to do further on is to continue working with the police, but also trying to develop some sort of activities towards the UN, in this case, with this material that now are in hand. And I really do hope, and I would believe that if we go on publicly like this with the police investigation and so on, that will have perhaps some effect for the people there to be more careful. To be more careful because things are coming up and are on the table of different fora. And that could be the first aim of whatever to do, to see to that things are public and in the open discussion. So I think I will leave the word back to the chairman.
Yeah.